The Buccaneers of St. Frederick Island, Chapter 1, On the Move. How do those turtles do it? Pull their heads into their bodies. Here comes Sister Joanne. My head stubbornly remains on top of my neck. If you think it's easy writing a note to the kid in the next seat to you, when the rattling of Sister Joanne's rosary is announcing her slow walk down my aisle at this moment, you've never been to Catholic school. The room is silent. You can hear pen nibs scratching across the pages of our black and white composition books, leaving a trail of ink blots. Pen nibs, you say? Ink blots? You won't believe this about the ink and the inkwell, will you? We all learn to master a form of writing called the Palmer method. This is just another aspect of toughening the backbone here at St. Basilius's. As I look at my permanently stained right middle finger, I wonder if I will be done in by something lurking in the ink and become Saint Sprocket, patron saint of calligraphy. The smell of chalk and old tempera paints barely covers the tinge of pine-scented urine coming from the old radiators. My mom went to this school and tells the story of kids leaning their wet behinds against the radiator to let their underwear dry if they had an accident. Going to the bathroom in those days was a privilege reserved for the Pope. Thank God things have changed and St. Basilius has hired a nurse and given her an office where this kind of thing would be taken care of. A floorboard squeaks. I hear the faint clink of keys as if Sister has reached into the Stygian depths of her pocket for something. I slide my ruler over the words I've just written and peer cautiously from the side of my vision, trying to locate Sister Joanne. My stomach bunches. She is reading Eddie O'Malley's entire page. Eddie's not one of us, so there is nothing out of the ordinary to see in his notebook. My page is full of writing, but not what I think I want Sister to see. So far, I've jotted a list. Look for clues, including the narthex, the sacristy, the side entrance, the choir loft, and the bushes around the church. I've signed it, Sprocket. Sprocket? Is that a Christian name? Of course not, silly reader. We all have code names to protect the guilty. We are the Buccaneers of St. Basilius School, a secret society dedicated to solving the mysteries and misdeeds of our little parish school and the island where it is located. Uh-oh, here she comes. If I rip the page out and crumple it, she'll just grab it. And I'll have to explain why there's nothing on the page, in longhand, mind you, about the characteristics that would have made George Washington a good Catholic if only he had known better. George was an Anglican, having once been a colonial loyal to the King of England, also a George, but that's another story. Eddie, not the sharpest pencil in the box, is getting the Spanish Inquisition treatment about his lack of inspiration on the topic. I wonder if the nuns get a special course in interrogation techniques. Eddie, I love him dearly, is buying me time. Could I quietly turn the page and jot a quick sentence or two? I pick up the notebook and turn the page, knocking a pen full of ink onto the floor along with the inkwell. As you can imagine, this was not a silent maneuver. Sister Joanne, Eddie, and the whole class look at me. I feel my face burn. I get up to clean the mess and knock the composition book on the floor with my note showing plainly on top. Sister reaches for it. I am dead. The fire drill shrieks. Sister turns to move the class to the fire exit, and I kick the composition book under the desk. It obliges me, closing with a snap. I'll clean this later, Sister, I smile. And I will be checking your essay, she smiles back. Yes, Sister, I say, noting that the proverbial glove has been tossed onto the floor like they did in those ancient duels. I file past her. Are you wondering why a bunch of Catholic school kids are searching for clues in what looks like a church and the yard around it? Let me digress for a bit and fill you in on some of the details about why we are listing clues and what all this skullduggery, great word, isn't it, is about. Well, before I fill you in on what's happening, or what happened when we found those clues, let me explain who we are. We call ourselves the secret crime stoppers of Saints Christopher and Michael. But I wanted a shorter title like Buccaneers of St. Basilius. I thought calling us both St. Christopher and St. Michael was pushing the envelope of sponsorship. And who even knows who St. Basilius is? So just think of us as the Buccaneers. For the past year, our class has been raising money for a class trip to visit 7 churches on the mainland and distribute toys to the children's daycare centers in those parishes. We did bake sales, car washes, leaf raking, snow shoveling. We cleaned attics for old ladies, cut lawns, and pulled weeds. Some ill-informed parents even let us do fence painting. Don't worry, those shrubs will come back in a year or two. A whole year of those earnings went into the fund. We kept it in the vestry. That's the room behind the altar in the church where the priest keeps his vestments. Get it? Vestry, vestments. The box with the money disappeared the day Father Felix was supposed to open a bank account for us. We never got the money back, never found out who did it, and where. Whoops, sorry, I'm just angry. Not mad. Sister Priscilla said that mad means crazy. Well, she hasn't been paying attention to her students. Anyway, even though the sisters and priests said we should offer it up to God, I'm not sure what that means. The money or the cursing we did, and we should learn a lesson. Next time, lock it up. And where were we supposed to lock it up? It was in the vestry with Father Felix, the parish priest. This didn't go down too well with some of us, and one night last summer at our clubhouse, which is just a shack on the beach, we decided to form our own little PI group. That's private investigator, if you didn't know what PI was. We voted on and accepted our official title, Buccaneers of St. Basilius. Look, you can't beat our creativity in naming the group. We even researched St. BS. She's the patron saint of mimes. As we gathered around the fire, we wrote up a charter including the following. Each member is sworn to secrecy under pain of what? Oh, I don't know. All clues are to be shared by everyone. All communications would be done using our code names. Mine is Sprocket. Our meeting place would be the old fishing shack on the beach. We made a list of our code names. Lily, codename Sprocket, all around smarty, leader, that's me. Ryan, codename Bletch, general genius. Frank, codename Wingnut, mechanical genius and a bit dippy. Leon, codename Snapshackle, math genius, can put 2 and 2 together. Amelia, codename Ratchet, electronic surveillance, or just plain Snoop, meaning she can use a camera. And so the story begins. So tune in next time and see what these wonderful Buccaneers are up to.